Hello everybody. I don't know if anybody is around this Saturday. It's about 1:30 in the afternoon and I thought, why not go live and see what you guys are doing, checking in with you. I haven't gone live for a little while and got back from Nosara on Monday, and I thought I would just sort of say, hey, it is Earth Day, and that's really what I wanted to kind of talk about and see what you guys are doing today. It's if any of you know me, I actually, Earth Day is probably one of my most important days of the year to reflect upon. It's as far as our businesses go and as far as our lifestyle goes. Leah saying hi. Hey Leah. As far as our lifestyle goes, we really adhere to you know, honoring our planet Earth. This is our home, right guys? Like we don't have another place to go to. We don't have, sorry, I have to get rid of these little things that are popping up. We don't have another home to go to. We don't have another planet to go to. So Earth Day is something that is so incredibly important for us to honor and really respect and consider what we're doing to this planet. As you guys know, I do own Kelly's Bake Shop and Let Us Love Cafe with my lovely daughter. And of course, Michael, he's the one that runs it down there too. And we're a plant-based business. So, you know, by saying that, you know, we don't serve any animal products at all whatsoever. And so really, just by default, with us having these two incredibly, thank goodness, busy businesses, we are doing a massive contribution to the planet. And I don't know if any of you know too of how much energy and resources it does take to manufacture, you know, a pound of beef, say, over top of maybe a pound of kale. I mean, a pound of kale would be massive, but a pound of beef takes about 2,500 gallons of water to manufacture that 1 pound of beef. So Newsweek was quoted as saying once, which was really actually interesting concept if you think about it like this, that the amount of water it takes to grow 1,000-pound steer would actually float a destroyer. So you think about that concept of how much water it takes to make that 1,000, to create that 1,000-pound steer, and you know, for us to consume, and God knows how long that would last for, because 1,000 pounds isn't really that much. That water could be used for something that is so much greater than that 1,000-pound steer. So someone is saying, oh, Gina Hayes Walsh. Oh, thank you, Gina. How are you, Gina? Oh, my goodness, I haven't talked to you like forever. My goodness. Thank you. So Kelly's Bake Shop and Let Us Love Cafe and Pure Love Smoothie Bar, you know, does their part significantly by contributing to the planet in such a positive way, by not, you know, selling any animal products at all whatsoever. So, you know, I'm quite proud of what we do, and we do serve a lot of people on a daily basis. Today, like I'm in the bake shop right now, if any of you guys are wondering. I'm just gonna fix this little tripod. I'm in the bake shop right now. I'm on the 2nd floor, and this is where I kind of work from. My office's desk is just over there. And so I can hear all the noise and stuff downstairs, and I've got cameras over there. I can see what's going on, and it looks like there's, I don't know, about 40, 50 people downstairs. It's just a constant amount of people coming through the doors. And again, I'm so grateful for it. And being Earth Day is such a great day for us to celebrate, because you know, we don't have eggs in our product. We don't use dairy products in our products. We don't use lard, which is, you know, pig fat in any of our products. So, you know, the amazing thing is that Kelly's Bake Shop and Let Us Love Cafe have such a significantly smaller footprint on the planet than any other kind of conventional restaurant out there. And so, you know, just like I was saying before, by default, we are this, you know, amazing food concept that does such great things for the planet. For those of you that have just joined, I was talking about how much water it takes to create 1 pound of beef, and it's 2,500 gallons of water to make 1 pound of beef. And to compare that to, say, a potato, to make a pound of potatoes, it takes 60 gallons. So, you know, it's such a far cry from the resources that are being used to make our food that we live off and survive from and thrive on. Really, too, I guess, you know, when you look at, too, the thriving aspect of it, you know, I just live off plants myself, and I've never felt healthier in my life by not consuming, you know, animal products. So if we can all do one thing for Earth Day, I think what would be really so awesome would be just to even try going plant-based for one day. You know, just try it out. You know, there's salads, there's, you know, kale, there's green smoothies, there's I'm Kelly's Bake Shop, Let Us Love Cafe. There's all sorts of ways to go plant-based for a day, and think of how much you will be saving the planet. So, say if you don't eat that pound burger, and that used 2,500 gallons of water to make that beef for that 1 pound burger, you'll be saving the planet already 2,500 gallons of water just with that one burger. So, like, it's incredible statistics. Yes, it is, Leah. I can see you're making those comments right there. And as I had said too, that Newsweek magazine had touted this really cool statement, and this is a number of years ago, and they said the amount of water that it takes to feed a 1,000-pound steer to grow and be, you know, ripe to be able to, you know, slaughter, eat, whatever. So that 1,000-pound steer, the amount of water that would go into that 1,000-pound steer to grow it to be that 1,000 pounds would be enough water to float a destroyer. So, and that's times 7 billion people on this planet, right? So, you know, we're not living in a sustainable way. I was reading statistics the other day too on the Great Barrier Reef. It's, you know, it's 90% of it is dead now. And there's things that we're doing to our planet, you know, the pollution, there's things that we can't control, you know, like too, our environment is getting warmer and warmer. And those things are happening quicker due to, you know, our emissions and how we're living our life. And there's a lot of people on this planet now, and, you know, where are they going? How are they living? What are they driving? You know, how many animals are we eating? And over half of the pollution that happens on this planet is due to animal consumption. And I think that we have to pay attention to that, because the population of this planet is not getting any smaller, right? So we have to pay attention to how we're living, and for us to thrive and survive. And these are sad things too. When my daughter's going to be, she was just turned 27 years old, Erinn, and I know a bunch of you that are watching me right now are, you know, you have kids. I know you do, and we keep thinking, and I do anyways, like what's going to be left for our children. And I'd like to think that we leave rather a very incredible legacy for them to live in, and we've got to do our part. So today is Earth Day. I don't know if you can do your part of, like, I don't know, thinking twice about how you're going to eat dinner tonight, thinking twice about buying water that's in a plastic bottle. You know, I don't do things like that. Like, you know, here's my, it doesn't look very attractive. This is my sweet potato smoothie. So it's made with my Sun Warrior protein powder. I got chia seeds in it. There's a whole avocado blended in here too and stuff, because I just love eating fats. I'm a coconut oil avocado lover, and so I'll just walk around with this all day long. But my water too, though, is in another container like this, because I have you know, a big water container thing at home, and I have my own water filtration system at home, because I don't believe in water bottles. I just, the plastic is just so wrong. And if you guys can support companies like, say, Matt and Nat, right? They make vegan purses and wallets and laptop bags and great stuff like that, and they're all made from recycled water bottles and all recycled plastics. And fascinating company to support, and that's called Matt and Nat. It's all the purses that we use here. And there's just always something that we can do. When I just got back from Nosara on Monday, it was fascinating down there, because they just all have rain barrels. That's what they do. That's how they put water on their plants down there, and they don't do it excessively. And they put the water directly on the plants, because the plants either give them shade or give them food. And also, you know, the animals and stuff live in there and stuff too. But you know, there's a natural ecosystem there. There's plants that actually survive and thrive in that certain area of Nosara, which tends to be more dry. But if you go to the tropical rainforest where there's an abundance of plants and stuff, you know, those plants are different. You're going to have different animals that live there. You're going to have different fruits and vegetables that grow there. And it just seems like that we just try to always swim upstream and do things that aren't normal. Like, you know, as much as I love Palm Springs, it's one of my favorite places on the planet, Palm Springs, California. Totally due to go there because I just miss it. But they do things sometimes down there that are so nuts, and I actually end up being too much of a tweeter down there, because I tweet all the time about their water that they're wasting, and you know, they have green grass, but you know, Palm Springs is actually a desert. So why are you guys putting grass on your front lawn? That doesn't make sense to me, and it requires that much water to water your lawns, and you know, these things just don't make sense. So, you know, a lot of them now are changing into desert gardens. So, you know, what can we do to be a part of, you know, Ontario here? We're all, you know, most of you probably are following me from the Ontario area. And, you know, what are we doing for our food systems? Like, can we grow our own vegetables? Can we grow our own kale? Can we grow our own herbs, like our basils and oreganos and thyme and things like that? You know, just do these little things that actually save us then from having to go to the store and you know, buying things that are not usable. I also think too, oh my gosh, I'm gonna get on this subject, is wasting food. So I don't know about you guys, but I'm on this leftover kick, and I'm really getting back into the swing of cooking in the kitchen all the time. And the stuff that's left over, I'm really making sure that I use up. And I think that we should be cooking exactly for how, you know, what we're eating that immediate moment. There might be a little bit left over, because most people tend to not eat leftovers, and they, you know, before you know it, 2 or 3 days goes by, you go, oh, I just had that 2 days ago, I'm going to be bored with it, you know. So people tend to throw the things out, and if we start being more conscientious about making exact meals, and also making that exact meal, like for example, I did sweet potato last night, and this is the sweet potato that I put in here, and I did that on purpose. So I did sweet potato with my dinner, or with our dinner at home. And then anything that was left over, I used about a cup of it in this smoothie, and you know, I'm getting my beta carotene and my vitamin D and A and all this crazy stuff that's, you know, healthy for me the next day. Otherwise, I wouldn't have had the sweet potato, right? And I don't necessarily always want to use canned sweet potato. So there's always something that we can do to make this planet beautiful. And Leah says she loves leftovers. Good girl. The Amazon rainforest, that's something too that's getting decimated, and there's cures in that jungle, and there's cures for cancers and chronic illnesses, and that rainforest is getting decimated right now as we speak. The numbers are staggering. I can't even tell you them off the top of my head, but the number of acres per second that are like, it's ridiculous how fast it's being decimated. And it brings oxygen into this planet. You know, it's actually what it helps to oxygenate our air that we are in anywhere on the planet. It's such a massive driving force. And once it's gone, it's gone. It won't be able to rehabilitate itself. It won't ever come back. But it's being cut down, and I don't know if many of you know this or not, but it's being clear cut for cattle to graze on because of the people on the planet that are craving animal products to eat. And again, it goes back to us just being more conscientious about what we're eating, and I'm not asking you or advocating for any of you to go vegan by any means at all whatsoever. It's just for us to pay attention to, maybe I can just tweak it here and tweak it there, or go one day here or one afternoon there, or change my breakfast. And don't do eggs and bacon one morning. You know, do what I do with these smoothies, and have a green smoothie or a sweet potato smoothie or a coconut milk smoothie, or, you know, do something that's really, I'm going to say, obviously much more nutritious for you too. Because I think that if we want to live long, and we want to live long and prosper and thrive, we have to start paying attention to how we're living our lives. So today is Earth Day. Just wanted to check in and see what any of you were doing for it, and have any of you even thought about it, and what can we all do to actually put a little bit more love and respect into Mother Earth. you know, she has supported us in so many ways. And for myself, it's been, you know, 53 years of living on this planet, and I'm so grateful for, you know, cottage life, and I'm so grateful for great food, and I'm so grateful for living in Ontario. And you know, we have such an abundance to choose from, and abundance of vegetables, and an abundant way of living, and I'm so grateful for it. So I think that it's just time for us to say, hey, you know what, there's some garbage on the ground there. Let's go and pick that up. Like I do that every morning around the bake shop, and here in Burlington I do my part all the time. I'm always cleaning the parking lot and always picking things up, and because it's just, to me, I just find it so disrespectful to walk by garbage that's on the ground. And sure, it's totally disrespectful for someone doing it in the first place, but you know, stuff happens, and maybe it blew out of their car, it fell out of their pocket, or something like that. I have no idea, but we can't keep contributing to it. So by us walking by and putting blinders up to what's happening around us, you know, we're just as guilty, guys. So it's time that we jump in and we pitch in, and we have to do this. We have to do this for our children. There's many things that are disappearing on this planet. I was just reading the other day the Montana Glacier Park. The glaciers there, they think, are going to last another 12 to 13 years. Small things like that. I mean, they're obviously big things, but to us they might be small because it's over in Montana. But we can't say not in my backyard, because this whole planet is our backyard. So when I hear things like that, and those sea levels are getting higher, and there's going to be some islands that are going to be, the Maldives is one of them, they're going to be underwater, they say, by the year 2030. So I start thinking about, maybe these are places that I want to see before they're gone. But it's another thing too, that, you know, what can I do to bring awareness to these things that are going to be gone too? Like the Great Barrier Reef, that, you know, in Australia, and 90% of it is now dead, because the sea levels now are at a higher temperature. There's so much more acid in the water, and so we're losing that too. And so that is really sad, right, guys? So if we could, you know, do our part, and, you know, be it is on Facebook, maybe we stop posting silly things that don't really mean much, and we step out of our own selves and step out of our own lives, and we start talking about what's happening really out there. Let's start talking about the Great Barrier Reef. Let's start talking about the Amazon rainforest. Let's start talking about our own backyard and what we can do to, you know, change the way things are done. Maybe we start becoming advocates for not having any bags available, no plastic bags available anymore in the province of Ontario. Wouldn't it be a great thing? And we actually are forced now to bring bags from the trunk of our car, or from our, you know, from inside our house, and we start planning ahead, because that's just how life will be. Like, maybe we actually stop these things from happening, and we start doing things that just mean a lot more than just, like I said, frivolous stuff. Because I don't know if you guys, you know, do this enough in yourself on Facebook, and you go, so that was really interesting to post, and you're reading what other people are putting up there, and sometimes I'm just actually defriending, or I'm unfollowing, and I'm realizing what's really important in this world. And I think that what's really important in this world is you guys, and you guys with me, and that we're all connected, and that we're all one, and that our children are that important. But, you know, your children are important to me, and you know, that person's children are important to me, and the people that come through Kelly's Bake Shop and Let Us Love Cafe are so important to me. And for us living in a life that is with less suffering and more abundance, and the abundance comes from these beautiful hearts that we have. So I don't know if there's, again, just some little seed to plant in your minds. And you know, actually, speaking of seeds, so this thought just came into my head. So any of you that have little kids, when I was little, my parents used to do this with me, is that I got to go to the store with them, and we would buy seeds, and my sister and I got to have our own little garden. And I remember that so magically. And still to this day, having my own little pots, my own little area of the garden. We had a pretty big property that we grew up on, about an acre property in the Scarborough Bluffs. That's where I lived my whole life. And so we had lots of land, of places to grow. So my sister and I had our little area, but it was so cool to watch lettuce come up and watch radishes come up. And this is what pumpkins and grow like, and on the vine, and my sister and I would have competitions with who ended up having the biggest pumpkin, and squashes and fun stuff like that. And maybe that's something that you guys can do today is, talk to Johnny and Susie, your kids, and say, hey, Johnny, Susie, we are going to go and pick up some seeds today, and we're going to find heirloom organic seeds, like heirloom ones that are not GMO'd, that they're actually how they were 40 or 50 years ago, and they're everywhere. You can buy them, and I tend to buy mine online, and get your kids to plant them. And there's nothing more cool for a child to see is the birth of their food, right? And how it comes out of the ground. Maybe that's something that you could think about doing today. So just giving everybody some thoughts. As some of you might know, Erinn is away. She's actually gone with her dad. She's in Hawaii, and he took her away on a birthday trip, and I'm really happy they did this together. She's with Michael, of course, and Tim's there with his girlfriend too, and I told them to bring me back some really cool ideas for Hawaii, because this is another area too that I'm thinking about possibility of doing a retreat in. And so stay tuned for this. If you guys haven't followed us yet on kellyanderinn.com, please do, because Erinn and I are going to be, for the year 2018, we're going to be putting together a retreat, and we're not sure how many. At this point, for us to even say one, it's a lot, because it's a big job to put together a week of gloriousness and yoga and meditation and great food and excursions, and I even want to do like a movie night and fun things like that. I know Leah's saying, yay, retreats. And if you guys can think of any really neat areas that you would like to do a retreat in, I was thinking of Costa Rica, so we're still thinking of that too. But Hawaii to me is something that is, I've never been, something so magical, and they do say it's a magical place for food and growing the food, and again, Costa Rica is that too, so don't get me wrong. We're just trying to think of the right place. And the other area that we were thinking was Tuscany, Italy. So it was either those three places. So maybe you guys want to give me some feedback and say yay or nay to any of that. I want it to be like a mixed retreat, so it's going to be guys and girls. And then again, we might have another retreat that would just be just women. Again, because mostly women always end up showing up for it, but there are so many men that are really wanting to learn more and be immersed more in this feminine culture. I call it of Mother Earth and Mother Gaia, how we tend to live and how we want to nurture. And here I am talking to you guys on Facebook Live, and more women do this than men do, because we tend to want to share more. We want to we tend to care more, but we are the ones that sort of lead the villages, right? We build the communities, and we show the people the way, and that's just inherent for us in the feminine culture. So so saying that, these retreats, I still would like to get some guys involved in it, and I think it would be really rewarding. So let me know what you guys think, from Tuscany, Italy, if that's something that would turn your crank, Hawaii, or Costa Rica. And Leah says, yeah, bring the guys to carry the bags. See, Leah, you bring Doug, and Doug would get healthy and well, and get this little ponytail there and get tanned. You guys are so adorable. Oh, Shelly just joined. Hey, Shelly. So anyways, what I would love for you guys is to let me know what you think. Obviously, it's going to be full of great food, and really good yoga, of course, and meditation, and I think that there's going to be a lot of seeds planted, and I love those things, right? Seeds being planted, because I get them planted in me all the time, to learn how to take my life to that next level. And that's all I want for you guys too. So this planet, we have to do our part. And as each one of you know, we are here collectively as one. And today is Earth Day. I'm just going to go back to it. And if there's anything that you guys can do to make our planet a better place, then please do it. And today might just start by you finding something on Facebook that you post that is something beyond yourself. So let's stop thinking about what we do for ourselves all the time, and let's think about what we can give back to the planet today. And maybe you find something that's so intriguing and so informative, and maybe it's about, you know, the Amazon rainforest, maybe it's about the Australian Great Barrier Reef, maybe it's about, you know, how to shop with, you know, proper bags, and what the best companies that you go and you use because they're vegan, and you, you know, they support your views. So maybe that would be great. Maybe you guys can share too on the comments here, is let me know and let us all know, because everyone's watching the stuff that you guys are posting, because on my screen is you guys making comments here. Post some really great sites that you shop on, maybe. So it could be Matt and Nat, right? Because it's the best vegan bags out there. They did a great, I got a newsletter from them today, and it was so awesome. And it was about, they are all the things that they do for Earth Day, and how they give back, and how their products are made, and the recycled bottles, and they've saved something like, I think it's 7 billion water bottles. Like, it's just nuts how much water bottles that they've put into their products. So it saved them from going into landfill, because the landfill, you know, the plastic never breaks down. So also Mind Body Green. I don't know if you guys follow them or not, but Mind Body Green, so mindbodygreen.com, and probably at Mind Body Green. Just check them out, because every hour on the hour right now is they are doing something cool on Facebook Live. And they're even doing from yoga to a meditation class to a talk. Every hour on the hour they're doing something on Facebook Live. So I'll put a tag on there for them actually, and you guys should check out Mind Body Green. If you don't check them out already, it's one of the best sites I subscribe to, and I've minimized my newsletters coming into my inbox to about like 5 or 6 now, and Mind Body Green is one of them. So mind, as not my mind, M-I-N-D, Body Green. Really cool. So happy Earth Day, everybody. And I just want to say hi and make sure that you guys are you know, doing your part. And that was it. So if you guys can think of anything else that is advantageous for us all to share together, please, please, please post here on these comments. I really would like to know what you're up to, and I love you all, okay? Kelly's Bake Shop, Let Us Love Cafe are 2 great places to go to today on Earth Day, because they are vegan, and a vegan plant-based business is the #1 way that we can reduce our footprint on the planet. There isn't a greater source of a footprint on our planet than meat products. So go plant-based, and let's do our part to share the love with everybody. All right, I'm signing out. Have a great one. Enjoy the sunshine out there, and I'll be checking in soon. Bye. Bye, Shelley. Bye, Leah. Bye, everybody else. I love you guys.